Hello, I'm DeNaya. Welcome to DeNayaWilkerson Arts and Wellness. Let's jump right in. We'll start by doing some shaking off. So shaking off any tension, any stress, any just yuck to get us into stretching. We're going to shake those arms out and begin to rotate at the torso. I love the beating motion of my arms on my body for this stretch. Nice and easy in the knees. You can rotate the legs if the knees get sore. We're going to begin to scoop up and bend the knees. And with each scoop up, you're going to drop the torso a little more. I call that a drop swing. So nice gooey bounces, big breath in and out as you fall. In. And we're going to begin to stretch overhead, taking it into a standing banana side bend. You can place those feet next to each other, a nice little hug, or they can be hip length. I like to track this stretch down through the hips. And we're going to do a chest press out to the front. The fingers are still laced. And we're going to switch it around to the back, lifting the chest. Feel free to pause this video. You can hang out in any of these as long as you like. And you're welcome to add in a little half neck circle into a full neck circle. Going in both directions. You also can take those arms back as you bend forward, hinging at the hips for a nice stretch in those shoulders. Don't forget to listen to your body throughout all of these stretches. Do not harm yourself. Bringing the arms down, lifting the chest, shake that out. We're going to do some high knees, a little weight shift from side to side, waking up the feet, waking up the hips. Grabbing a double pulse here. Pulse, pulse. Some hip rotations in and out. I like to call these little door swing. For your inner thighs, your hips. Also testing out that balance, waking up those feet and toes. We're switching sides. Let's get into some hip circles. Hip circles are really good for low back pain. So if your back is tight, hula hoop hips. Going in both directions. You can take it deeper, stepping wider, bending the knees in there. Love me some hip circles. All right, we are turning face aside. Ignore me fixing my clothes. We're going to take some hinges at the hips. Feel free to take the arms behind the head if you like, or you can just keep them on your sides. Some hinges, a nice flat back like you're balancing spaghetti on your back, and I'm adding in a little squat here. Squat hip hinge. Bringing the palms to the low back. You can take it into a nice little back bend, or just really focus on the hips going forward if you don't want to arch through the top of the back. And then we're going to make our way to the top of our mat, whatever the top of the mat is to you. And we're going to walk it down the legs, finding ourselves in a fold for a few moments. Holding here as long as you like. And then we're going to go ahead and walk it down. Finding a table position. Dropping the hips through into an up dog or a cobra if you like. Pressing back towards your child's pose. Your toes don't have to be arched here, how mine are flipped under. They can be relaxed if that feels good. And I'm dropping those hips back through that table, finding that up dog again. And then going back into that child's pose, finding a hero, resting on the legs, walking the hands back, finding a high chest, a nice heart opener. Folding it back over, child's pose. And then that was a quick switch. But we're gonna make our way through table, tucking the toes and find ourselves in downward dog. When you're ready, you can pedal out those feet. You can stand on your tippy toes. You have lots of options here, whatever your body and legs are needing. The head is hanging out in between the arms. You're really engaging through the shoulders, lifting the hips towards the sky. If this is comfortable, you can walk yourself out to a plank, doing some plank rocks here, back and forth, shifting the weight forward, looking side to side, going back to your down dog. Ooh, a nice roll through, back to your plank, back to in between your table with arched feet. I was doing a little playing around here. And then we're gonna find ourselves in a puppy, reaching that chest down towards the mat. This can be an intense position, so really easing into it. This is a heart opener as well, so it's stretching all the chest muscles, everything under the armpits. You can hang it out there for as long as you like, or you can come down into Sphinx pose, pressing the elbows and the hands into the mat. The shoulders are relaxed down away from the ears. You can bend the legs up like I am here, or they can stay down, rotating and flexing through the ankles, the toes. We're going to make our way down as we begin to stretch out the quads. So the front of the thighs are stretching. Pressing that hip bone into your mat or your surface is going to increase that quad stretch in front of the thighs. Nice deep breaths. This can also be done standing if you don't have a mat. You can stand and grab your legs or use a stretch strap. We're switching sides. Other arm, other leg. You also can rest on your forearm here if you need to get closer to your holding leg. We're going to hold on to that leg and grab the other leg. If you want to hang out here, cool. If you're comfortable going into bow pose, you're going to hold on to your legs while you try to stand up, which is going to lift up your chest. And you can just do a couple of these or just one, depending on how your body is feeling. Get a good stretch in the back. Woo, we love a good bow pose. Coming down. Releasing the legs, and that concludes our dynamic stretching for today. Thank you for joining me. Visit my website, DeNayaWilkerson.online for more classes.